Welcome to Mindset Saga. Today we witness a story of total collapse and the painful, necessary rebirth of a shattered spirit. It was the biggest moment of Leo's life, yet he stood frozen in time. Fear had locked his voice in silence. Across the room, the lead investor did not offer patience or kindness. He saw weakness and prepared to strike without mercy. He told Leo that while his idea might be worth billions, his presence was worthless. He demanded Leo leave the stage. The walk of shame felt like an eternity. The quiet chuckles of the audience became the soundtrack to his public destruction. That night, Leo did not go home. He wandered the dark streets, carrying the heavy weight of failure on his shoulders. He found himself in a cheap bar, staring at mounting debt notifications. He felt like his life was officially over tonight. But destiny had other plans. Vance, a retired industry legend, sat beside him. He did not offer pity or warm comfort. Vance spoke with brutal honesty. He told Leo he was like a powerful Ferrari engine driven by a driver too scared. Leo tried to run away from the truth, but Vance stopped him. He offered a choice that would change everything forever. I will give you 3 days, 3 specific tasks to kill the coward inside you. Do this, and I invest. With nothing left to lose, Leo agreed. The first mission was simple but terrifying. It was called Pure Rejection Therapy. His task was to enter the most expensive cafe in the city and demand free drinks just because he was special. The goal was not to get the coffee. The goal was to feel the sting of rejection and survive it completely. He made the ridiculous request. The staff looked at him like a lunatic and gave him a hard, flat no. Embarrassment flooded his veins as he walked out, but as the door closed, he realized something strange and very profound. The sky did not fall. The world did not end. The fear of rejection was actually far worse than the rejection. Day 2 was about taking up space. Vance brought him to the busiest square in the city during rush hour. Stand on that crate. Speak about your passion for 2 full minutes. Do not stop, no matter who ignores you. At first, he stuttered. People walked by, treating him like invisible noise. Some laughed, but most simply did not care. But around the 90-second mark, his voice stopped shaking. He found a rhythm within the discomfort and owned the moment. He stepped down not as a victim, but as a man who learned he could survive the judgment of strangers. Day 3 was the final test, the lion's den. Vance handed him a pass to return to the investor's office. Leo panicked, saying he had no new pitch. Vance said this was not about business. It was about claiming dignity. You are going there to look him in the eye. You will tell him he was wrong about your value. Leo moved through the building. The fear was still there, but he was no longer carrying it. He was driving it. He entered the room uninvited. The investor looked up with the same contempt, expecting the young man to crumble again. But Leo stood his ground. He did not stutter. He spoke with a calm, steel-like intensity that filled the room. You were right to reject the project. It was flawed. But you were wrong to underestimate my resilience and my future. I will return with something better, and next time you will be the one asking for the chance to invest. He turned and walked away before the man could respond. Silence hung in the room, heavy with newfound respect. When he returned to Vance, there was no applause, just a quiet nod between 2 men who understood the game. Vance handed him a small investment check, not for the idea, but for the person Leo had finally become today. The lesson isn't about making people like you. It is knowing you are okay even when they absolutely do not. True confidence is not entering a room thinking you are the best. It is entering without needing to compare yourself. Leo took the money, but the real treasure was his new mindset. He had unlocked the immunity to failure. Months passed. Leo worked in a small office. He was no longer arrogant, just focused and relentlessly consistent in work. He failed again on a smaller project, but this time he did not crumble. He analyzed, adapted, and moved forward. Are you waiting for someone to give you permission to succeed? No one will ever give you that permission. You must grant it to yourself. You must seek rejection until it loses its power to hurt your spirit. Take up space. Speak your truth. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Your life depends on your courage. The strongest version of you is waiting on the other side of fear. Go there and meet your true self. Stop hiding. Start doing. The world needs your voice, not your silence. It is time to begin your own project. This has been a Mindset Saga original. If this story sparked a fire in you, share it with a friend. Subscribe to Mindset Saga for more stories of resilience. Remember, your greatest power lies just beyond the borders of your fear.